Taurus, welcome. This is Regina from PacificTarot getting ready to do your full moon in Pisces reading, which is occurring on the 17th or 18th of this month, depending on where you are in the world. This is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate for everyone. If you're interested in a personal reading, please check the description box below for information about the readings I offer. I am so grateful to be here, and I'm grateful for your presence, the most essential ingredient to what I do. Let's look at your overall energy, Taurus, for this full moon, the Six of Pentacles. This describes the way that you are understanding all exchanges of energy. This usually refers to our relationships, particularly with our affections, our emotional intention, and our money, our values. You're looking to for reciprocity in all of your relationships. Does not mean equality, which is more about tit for tat. It means equity. It means that you give consciously, you have agreed with others or another on what will be given and what will be received. And this is with an eye to mutuality, so that there is no sense that you are employing your natural overgiving sense of love. This is something you do as part of perhaps harmonizing the world, beautifying the world, balancing out the energy, because you are ruled by the planet Venus. This is about love, the balance of love, the equity in love. So instead, you are protecting yourself from a sense of resentment of having to give, because you naturally overgive, that you learn to hold yourself back and give in accordance with what you receive. And that is better for everyone. There's no sense of obligation from others or controlling them, manipulating them through a sense of obligation. In the 10th house, this is your social identity, Three of Pentacles. This can have something to do with your work in the community, in an organization, your job. The Three of Pentacles shows that you are consciously working with others towards a goal. This can be anything from setting up a business, taking a class, growing a garden together, operating a community newsletter. This is any way in which you join with others as equals to create something beautiful, excellent, serviceable. What's positive about this particular collaboration is that you are not the leader. There is not a leader. Instead, you all work by agreement based on your strengths, so that all solutions are arrived at together. Everyone claims authority or credit for the success of this particular project. In the first house, your perspective, the Knight of Wands. It's interesting that you are joining in a collaboration as part of your relearning, growing around the way that you work with others, the way that you receive, the way that you understand that you are rewarded for your efforts. This is an area where you consciously want to grow, you want to evolve. You want to become more independent. You want to know that you can initiate agreements with others, friendships, partnerships on terms that benefit you and others. So this is consciously an area where you are seeking growth and you are searching in your projects, in whatever opportunities are available to you to meet more people, to practice better ways of establishing healthy relationships that can benefit you and your partners. In the fourth house, the house of your foundation, your family, your roots, the King of Cups is really testifying to your maturity. There's a way that you have matured, perhaps in your domestic environment, through your domestic environment to recognize your strength, your generosity of spirit, your ability to help others in a way that you feel is safe for you and others. You respect the vulnerabilities of others. You can separate your own story, your own uh, vulnerability from that of others, but at the same time that you understand how your story of overcoming obstacles can help others. This is an area of huge growth for you, and this is contributing to your desire to expand your relationships in new ways. Understanding that relationships, partnerships affect many aspects of our lives, not just companionship or camaraderie. You are aware that being able to work productively with all of the others in your life in whatever capacity, that you have the opportunity to share your wisdom as well as receive that from others. And then the seventh house, the house of your significant others, the Page of Pentacles is actually showing you stepping back and recognizing that this is an area of tremendous growth for you, an area you want to grow. It doesn't mean that you're looking for a romantic partner, a business partner, or that you're looking for a traditional spouse or friendship, but it does mean that you recognize all of your partnerships will benefit and expand from your understanding that you understand your role in them, that you can imagine and build relationships in the way that you want them to be, as long as they are in alignment with others involved, so that your relationships don't have to be the way they always have been. And this feels like you're breaking a pattern of relationships in your life. You're very steady, you're very committed, you're very loyal in relationships, and you're understanding how you can actually recreate those relationships in a way that is more beneficial to you, that is not just a source of security, but becomes a source of growth, pleasure, enjoyment in the world. If this reading is resonating for you so far, Taurus, please like this video, share this with others, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate all the ways that you support me. And I pulled the Envy card. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. And this goes back a little bit to a couple of things. Venus is your rulership. You have a lot of qualities that others admire. That admiration can turn into envy or jealousy when there is a sense that people can't access to you, that you've somehow cut them out of the possibility of your friendship or communication even. So this is you also understanding how envy, the imagination or the assumption that others have things that you don't, is pulls away from your ability to make authentic connection with lots of other people who in fact are very different from you. I'm going to clarify the Knight of Wands in your first house with the King of Cups again. And this is really emphasizing this notion of your maturity, of how much you've grown, of how you understand that really it is your tenderness, your openness of heart that is your strongest quality. Your ability to be vulnerable is what you have turned into a strength. You have learned from it, and now that you understand that, you want to push that further. You want to take that to a place that supports your reaching out to others who may be less familiar, less comfortable to you, but who you discover have a lot in common with you, that you actually can learn things from one another. In the fourth house, the King of Cups is clarified by the Temperance card. And this is really about some real hard lessons that you have cycled through in your life. This is about some real disappointment, some real heartache, some failures in your relationships, perhaps in your creative endeavors and finding your heart's calling. There have been ways that you have struggled to process the challenges, to overcome those, to not allow yourself to be blocked because of a difficult situation. You are tenacious. There is a quality in you that does not let go of something simply because it doesn't work, but that can be a weakness as well as a strength. Knowing when to let something go, knowing when something has outlived its purpose, or when you have gained all that you can gain, that you have come through a challenge, having learned something, and that means you're better off than before. There is no failure if you've learned a lesson. There is no disappointment if you've come to understand. In the seventh house, the Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Swords. Yeah, you've been doing some deep healing on your relationships. You've been really looking at what can appear to others as disastrous failures, as bad moves, bad choices, yet you learn what you could learn from those situations. You survived them. And many of them you may wonder how you survived, but you have come to a place of recognizing that you couldn't be where you are now without those lessons, without those experiences. It doesn't mean that you were happy for those challenging relationships, but you have come to recognize that you are grateful, in fact, that they had to be in order for you to have the life and the awareness that you have now. This has become a spiritual foundation, particularly in your relationships. Understanding that what you learn is the victory in any challenge, no matter how devastating it can appear. But as a result of that, your meditation practice, your prayer practice, your journaling, whatever you do to heal yourself, to allow yourself to be in stillness, is really what helps you understand and be grateful for your circumstance, for your life. And the Three of Pentacles in the 10th house is clarified by the Two of Wands. Yeah, you're contemplating lots of new opportunities. You understand what your strength is. And one of your strengths is a powerful will, a powerful creative will. So you're pursuing things that are interesting to you, perhaps with a degree of freedom that or intentionality that you haven't in the past. And you're really exploring the consequences of these new skills, what is opening up towards you, what your future could look like. This is something that has altered considerably in the last few months for you. And you're just getting a taste with Pluto dipping back into the last degrees of Capricorn on all the work that you've done to get to this place. All of the previous experiences that seem to point you in another direction are now showing you how much control you have over your reality. And this is a unique moment to build your reality in the way that you intend it to be. So this is about allowing your thoughts to shape that reality. I'm going to finish up this reading, Taurus, with flora and fauna of Africa. And I pulled the cassowary, which is a bird. And the key word is overcoming. Use your power wisely. You are strong enough to be vulnerable, confront obstacles head on, and retreat to your sacred space. I love this. Thank you so much, Taurus, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.